Today we're going to talk a little bit about general durable power of attorney in the context of elder estate planning and the types of things that this power of attorney should contain. First of all, we want to make sure that the power of attorney is general and broad and covers many powers. We need to know it's durable, which is very important. It means it would survive your incapacity, which is the whole point of having a power of attorney, is that it activates when you are needing it to, when you lack capacity. You do not want what is called a springing power. That is something that would require a doctor's note on an ongoing basis to certify that you're incapacitated. We do not believe in springing powers here. We want just a general durable power of attorney right up front, naming very trusted agents, of course. So who should your agents be? It's typically spouse and adult children. However, it could be a trusted friend, colleague, life partner, etc. But it's critical that your agent is trusted, because you're conferring tremendous power upon this person to handle all your finances. So what are some of the typical powers? Typically, it's power to pay bills, deal with real estate, file taxes, but it's a whole host of other things when we're in the age 70 plus elder category. Some of those things that we include that are not in your typical power of attorney, I'm going to list here. One very important one is gifting. If anybody ever even theoretically potentially needs Medicaid planning or moves to a state that has an estate tax, and there still are several states that do, you absolutely need gifting powers. You also need a reference to the New Jersey Banking Code, otherwise New Jersey banks will not accept these powers of attorney. We also include a power to resign the principal from any fiduciary positions they're in. So if mom or dad is acting as, say, an executor, trustee, or power of attorney for their parent, aunt, uncle, cousin, brother, sister, which often elders do for one another, they fall ill, you absolutely have to have the power to resign them from their position so the successor can come on. Otherwise, that estate or that person who's incapacitated could remain in limbo. So that's the power to resign from fiduciary roles. Another very important power is to pay for long-term care at home as long as possible. We hear over and over again clients insist on, please don't drop me at a nursing home if at all possible, and if they can afford home care, which is generally cheaper anyway, they absolutely are trying to tell their agent, pay for it. So we have a home care clause included in our power of attorney and in our health care directives, incidentally. We also allow for reasonable compensation to the agent. So what does that mean? If the agent is an adult child, they're not going to take fees for doing this, but if it's a friend, neighbor, colleague, someone outside of your immediate circle, and if they're doing this job for months or years, it's okay for them to take reasonable compensation in connection with handling your financial affairs. So that's another component. Reasonable compensation. That's very rarely invoked, but these other powers are, and in general, people who've had a power of attorney from maybe years ago that was more basic, probably at the age of 70 plus, you want to upgrade your power of attorney to have these additional elder powers and to really, really, really very carefully consider who your trusted agents are. So that's our primer on power of attorney.